Good morning, Karina Haynes here, Operations Section Chief with Southwest Incident Management Team 3, and I'm going to give you a quick update on the north zone of the Calf Canyon fire. So starting down here in the Mora area, we have crews. We have actually 3 crews, 5 engines, and quite a bit of equipment working down in the Cleveland and Holman areas, repairing any of the dozer line that was previously put in, as well as continuing with the fencing and chipping that's left over from the fire suppression operation. We have about 5 full shifts left in that area. And then what we're going to do is we're going to maintain presence in there and repair any additional items that we find over that time. Moving north to Angel Fire, we have part of our contingency line, the shaded fuel break that was created about a month or so ago, or started, and so that work still remains. That's going to be from Highway 120 all the way over to Highway 518. So they're actually between that and what's out of Penasco, we have about 40 days of work in that area, and that's going to be just cleaning up everything that was fallen as far as timber on the ground for that shaded fuel break, the processing, skidding, tub grinding, mastication, and then hauling of the logs out in that area. That's going to be quite a bit of work, but with our monsoonal moisture, our road conditions are not favorable to the heavy equipment or the log trucks that are required for that operation. So that's going to be for a later date, later this summer, to get back in there and clean that up. We do have log decks in and around some of the communities. So the Carson National Forest is selling some permits for those at this time, and then they are the ones managing the future use of those log decks. So moving down into the Pot Creek area, we do have some heavy equipment working on that road, just installing rolling dips, and that's basically just erosion control and mitigation for rains to not damage the road bed that's been installed there. Moving down to Forest Road 442, which is the road that Gallegos Trailhead is on and Gallegos Peak. We have roughly 20 days of work in there on the road and the dozer line, just repairing all of that to, again, control the erosion as rains come through, not just this monsoon season, but into the future. So we have quite a bit of work left in there, but we do have graders and skid steers working on the drainage issues in there, actually, as we speak. Moving down into the Penasco area, this is another area where that shaded fuel break was started, and so there's an additional at least 14 days of work in there, and that's just to clean up, again, like I said, the debris that's already on the ground, and the processing, the grinding, and the hauling. And then after that, the fire groups will need to continue with the road repair for any damage that was caused by that heavy equipment. As far as fire behavior within the fire scar here of the Calf Canyon fire, we haven't had any issues on the north zone, and this break here, this dotted dashed line here, is the zone break. And so on the north side of that break, you'll see a little bit of uncontained line around Hamilton Mesa, but we haven't had any issues there as far as a threat to containment. The only smoke that we've seen on the whole fire in the last couple of weeks is in this Pecos drainage. So it's going to be down in this area, right over here in this Pecos drainage. So the south zone of the fire has been monitoring that very closely by air. So we've had eyes on that. Starting tomorrow, Southwest Team 3 will not be on this fire anymore. We've met our time commitment for this round. The fire will be then transferred to Great Basin Team 7 for a few days, and then we'll have another Southwest team come in and take management control of the entire fire area. But do expect to see fire teams and fire crews within the communities of Las Vegas, Santa Fe, and then all the way up to Mora, Taos, Guadalupita, Angel Fire for the coming months, so that we can do additional assessments of what work needs to be done, and then actually complete that work when conditions allow for that shaded fuel break. But in the meantime, we'll be continuing with all the suppression repair and the road work that we can get to as conditions allow. So thank you, and that's your update for today.